Hi, and welcome back to my ballet series. My name is Jamie. In this series, I talk about learning ballet as a 32-year-old adult. I am a pole dancer and I teach pole, and I have just embarked on this journey to improve my pole practice by learning ballet, because ballet, I think, improves the lines and extensions. I know because my favorite pole dancers all have a ballet background, and it's something that I never had, and I see that there's like a gap in my movement that I want to improve. So that's why I'm starting ballet so late in life. That is the point of this series. So if you've been following this series, I've taken like 5 or 6 classes at this point. I've been doing once or twice a week. So this last week I did beginner ballet. We did like more center work that I'd never done before. And this was beginner ballet, but the sequences and like across the floor drills that we did felt advanced. I think because the adults in the class that were in my class had been previously ballet dancers. I think with the beginning ballet classes, you tend to get a mix of people who just haven't danced or haven't done ballet in like many years, and they're just getting back into it. And total beginners like me, it's like a foreign language when you say tendu or rond de jambe, en croix, I don't know. All these terms are still super new to me. So like when the teacher says we're going to do this, and this, and combine this and this, I start kind of freaking out in my head. But I also remind myself that the others in the class have ballet backgrounds. So to them, it's not a foreign language. They're just kind of getting back their muscle memory. But for me, it's all completely new. So I just kind of, I tell myself I'll be okay. I just have to get through it and watch what people are doing. In this last class, it was kind of full, and someone kindly invited me to share their bar space with them, which is great because the person that asked me, I know that she had been there like in all the other classes that I've been taking, and I know that she was pretty good. So I do like seeing people in front of me that know what they're doing. Since I can't see myself in the mirror, I'm pretty much relying on either the teacher to correct my form or to compare myself, or like be able to see the person in front of me and see what she's doing. So I'm always looking and seeing, like, assuming they look like they know what they're doing, I'll copy them. Because right now I feel like I have so much to learn, and I kind of just assume that most people know more than what I know. Pretty much the only thing I feel confident in is that my leg is completely straight when I think it's straight. But the rest, I'm still figuring out. I am getting better at remembering what things we have to do when the teacher says that we're going to do something. Like before, I was just kind of on autopilot. Even when she would say what we're going to do, I would forget immediately because I didn't even know what term she was talking about. I would just like see what she's physically doing as she explains and be like, okay, I just have to do that. But I would always forget like the number of times she wanted us to do it and like which directions, and definitely didn't remember what I should be doing with my arms. So I would always just watch the person in front of me. But like right now, I feel like I'm starting to kind of like not have to think so much about where my arms go in the very basic of movements, like just beginner like tendus in all directions. Like I know kind of the drill now, like which directions I'm supposed to go and for how long and how many. So there's like very small improvements, but they are improvements. And I'm also just continually reminding myself or trying to cue myself to not sink into my hips when we do like these single leg standing things. That's always very hard for me. Lastly, I do think that I'm sort of getting better at the pirouette exercise. We do this almost every class where we do like a quarter turn pirouette. And then I just hopefully in the future will be able to do like a full or like a half turn pirouette without having to recatch my balance, because in these pirouette drills, it's hard for me even to stand on one leg and find like the passe shape on one leg, because as I mentioned before, it's hard to be on the ball of my feet without holding on to anything. So the strength is still building. I'm just hoping that it's the kind of thing where in like a few months, I will not have even realized that the ballet that I'm currently doing just like makes its way into my pole practice. I could see it happening. for now, I patiently wait and feel like a beginner in these ballet classes. So that's okay. One thing I also noticed that is really hard for me is doing frappes to the back. Pretty much anything I do where I move my foot behind me, I find it very difficult. And I don't know if that's because I have bad turnout, but I feel like I have to make all these compensations to like lift my leg up high or to do any kind of like movement backwards. It feels like I have to turn a lot. And I know you're not like technically supposed to make any kind of compensations, but I feel like I have to in order to do it. And maybe it's just something that will get better in time. Thanks for following along and stay tuned for the rest of my journey.